Lamar Jackson fan.
Mm.
We're good. Lamar Jackson fan club versus OTS, and I'm joined with Aiden, and we're already in pro draft, so
Hell
we have
yeah.
to get caught up.
Hell yeah. Actually, I
Um,
think the way that we're gonna do this time is that enemy correct. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. We're gonna let them do pro draft. We're gonna talk about the game a little bit, and then we're gonna go look at the draft in the league client.
okay,
Talk about that. Right.
gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, Lamar Jackson fan club coming off with, I believe, their first one last week, and OTS with a pretty dominant performance last week, apart from a few macro decisions. But I mean, overall, it should be a really good game. Aiden, is there anything in particular you're kind of looking for?
I'm looking to see if Lamar Jackson fan club can show up tonight, try to get their record even, to an even split 2-2, because I believe that they are they're one of the teams that kind of needs a little bit of guidance, but I think that they found it last week, and hopefully they can continue that trend for this week and beat a pretty solid team with a really strong roster of on the spot. On the spot, obviously looking to make their record even better. Currently sitting at 2-1, but the 3-1 just makes it seem all the more better.
Yeah, I mean, and both teams have pretty good players. It's just a matter of who kind of shows up today. Um, Yogi's has been really consistent, so I would look to see where where the junglers match up, because I feel like that's going to be a huge factor in kind of dictating who wins today.
Yeah, and I believe that actually give me 1 second.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, back. Sorry about that.
yeah, no worries.
So I think that something to definitely watch this game is the mid lane, because the captain of Lamar Jackson fan club, Lamar Jackson fan, will be going up against Booster Boy, who is a very, very dominant player in the mid lane. He's shit on me multiple times. He shit on a lot of people multiple times. He's a really, really solid player, and I think if Lamar Jackson fan club has a chance at winning this game, they're gonna have to shut him down. But even if they do shut him down, they have Ghost of Linny and Zealot both in the top and ADC lanes, which is going to be just overall pretty difficult to shut all of them down. But I totally think that Lamar Jackson fan club can do it, especially with the momentum that they got from last week's win.
Yeah, I mean, having a team with multiple threats is huge, because with that you can draft towards multiple win cons. It's not like, carry through back, carry through mid, just kind of linear, which I think OTS is really good because, again, as you mentioned, they have Booster Boy, they have Linny, they have Zealot. It's just a matter of, like I said, who shows up, how good they are, and who comes to perform on the Lamar Jackson fan club.
Absolutely. That'll be the story of the game, the multiple games tonight, by the way. Before we go on any further, we do have 2 more games after this one tonight.
Yeah.
We have, let me go over here. We have Luck of the Draw versus Natural Big Boys Club at
Yep.
9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Franken Beans versus Rubber Ducky Team. 2 very, very hype games after this one. So hopefully we can start it off with a spicy one here in just a couple minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like you said, not just one, not two, another day of having 3 games in one. So it's awesome, and I'm excited. I feel like this week alone, there's a lot of good matchups.
Yeah, and we're kind of getting to the crucial part of the season for trying to get that record like consistent, because like the teams that are like on the kind of on the back half of the standings are kind of itching to get some wins in there to make it to the playoffs that are still far away. You have a lot of time, but like this is kind of a crucial week in order if you really want to start making the play to get the
Yeah,
momentum
we
going.
will have the battle of the undefeateds, where it is luck of the draw versus us. So I guess that'll be the one determining factor, who stands undefeated. But as we come and round off pro draft, they are now finished. So now we're going to start with that.
Hell to the yeah. Once we get okay, we're already in. Bands are
Yep.
going. Bands are coming through. Camille band coming out obviously for Ghost of Linny. If you didn't know, Linny's old name was Linny Camille because she was a Camille one trick, and so no surprise there with that ban.
Yeah, and then a Yasuo ban coming out. It looks like they're throwing a ban at Lamar Jackson fan. So I believe he is a Yasuo one trick or Yasuo player, and that can be pretty scary.
Absolutely.
The
Then
Victor
Victor.
ban, yeah, coming across presumably for Booster Boy with another Diana ban, another ban at mid with the Jax ban coming. So two bans at top and one at mid. And then the Rengar ban coming in for Yagiza.
You don't really want to deal with that Rengar, but aside from that, all solo lane picks right here. So they're definitely looking to limit the champion pools for the top and mid laners for both teams. Well, mid laners for both teams, top laner for on the
Yeah.
spot. And here they go, come flying through the draft. First pick is gonna be Shen into
Yeah, they are
Lineage's
rolling
Pantheon.
off.
Yeah, we're going fast. Gonna have Nunu and Will up versus Kane in the jungle. Kane is I don't think his nerfs have been reverted yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's in a relatively weak spot right now, unless his nerfs did get reverted. Caston versus Vladimir, the late game scaling, uh, kind of a button mashing matchup. Once it gets to 30 minutes, we'll be there in the mid lane. So there's a lot of late game insurance there with the Shen shield and ult. Can just help Kane in the jungle a lot, and along with that, Pantheon can also roam a lot as well. So pretty cool comps for both sides, and it's gonna looks like it's gonna be Zealot on the Jhin and Gran Tesoro on Samira with the
Yeah.
Thresh, and we have the last pick coming out. And are we gonna see a Rel? No,
The bait, the
no.
NA speed run, and it is a
Ah,
Morgana.
okay. Well,
So
Morgana's not a bad pick.
yeah, after the smoke settles from what we just witnessed with that rapid fire draft selection, how do you feel, looking at the comps now that, I mean, again, they locked them in so quickly, but what are your first thoughts?
First thoughts are they both are really good comps in my opinion. Um, hmm. Damn, it's kind of a difficult to kind of just like pull some like off my head like right now because I'm just looking at it for like a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Um,
Honestly, I think Kane into their matchup is obviously pretty good because Kane versus Nunu is I would like to think it's Kane favored being a Nunu player. But I would expect to see him top a lot for his red form. This is a game where I think he could. Oh, I mean, and Cassidon. So overall, he's got two people that he can get his form off of. And I'm not sure how the Pantheon versus Shen matchup works, but having some global pressure is always nice too.
yeah, Pantheon doesn't really scale as well as Shen does, and he isn't as useful later in the game. But he definitely has that early pressure. Should be able to get maybe a kill or two in lane on the Shen and be able to roam and help Booster Boy. And I don't know how to say the jungler's name. Is it like Tokeflow, something like that?
Yeah,
Um,
I will go with that. I like that.
Tokeflow. All right,
Yeah, it's exotic. It just rolls off the tongue.
right.
But yeah, I think the comps are good. It'll be. I'm kind of curious on the bot lane because Rune Tato is subbing in. I assume because I believe he's on Mailbox's Angel, so
Mm-hmm.
it'll be curious to see how that goes. Against the Thresh Samira. How quick he's gonna be on those black shields.
Yeah, and I definitely know. Although he is a sub, this is not an unfamiliar role. He is a support main on his team,
Yep.
and I believe he plays support like in ranked and stuff like that. But one thing to note is that the person that he's subbing in for, JT Ripper, has a lot of synergy with Zealot, and maybe they can use Lamar Jackson fan club can use that to their advantage if they haven't played together a lot. And yeah, they have the Samira and the Thresh, so they certainly they can take advantage of that. It's just a matter of fact, if they can land the hooks, if they even want to really. But yeah,
Yeah. The one thing I'm curious on too, we've seen a lot of Booster Boy. We saw him play Rumble and the Pantheon, and he looked really good on it, right? And those are
hmm
both predominantly, like good champions into the early game. He did play Vlad, and they lost. They lost against, I believe it was Rubber Ducky team. So I'm curious to see with him on Cassidon, he's not going to be level 16 Cassidon. He's going to be the slow scaling mage in mid lane. So I'm curious to see if they're going to be actually able to ramp up quick enough that, it doesn't impact the game.
Right. Yeah. It's gonna come down to if he's patient in lane, if he doesn't give a kill over to Lamar Jackson fan or Yogiza.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he can stay patient, get to level 6 without dying, I think he'll be in a pretty safe spot. You can actually start making some plays on the map. But it really the first 6 levels are going to be really really crucial for Booster Boy here.
Yeah, and it's more so his presence in the game. Like the games that they've won, he's had a pretty big presence just throughout the early game. Like last game, multiple, like I think at one point he was like 5-0-3 with 11 kills total for the team. So we'll see if that happens again. But it's a lot harder to pull off, obviously, with Cassidon.
Absolutely. And here we go. We're going to see the summoner spells and the runes of choice for the players here in just a couple moments.
Yeah, we are loading in.
Okay. And we do have Linny in the top lane taking Ignite against the Shen, which is something you don't really see all that often. Well, maybe I guess she's just looking for some kills.
Yeah.
I say so. Yeah, so she knows that she doesn't scale as well as Shen, so she's got to get some kills before Shen can really do much of anything.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup to watch. I am loaded in. I'm at 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
Okay.
All
cool.
good.
We are synced.
Yep. All right, and we are in.
Yeah, everything pretty standard across the board.
Yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary here. We do see Conquer on Kane, so we're probably gonna be looking for the red Kane, as most Kanes do nowadays. We do have Ignite on the side of Lamar Jackson fan club, while on the spots, Runtato took Exhaust, probably just to tone down on the damage for Samir early game, and also can inhibit the Vladimir a little bit in the late game.
Yeah, a little bit of BM coming across. Obviously, the players are familiar with each other. This is what you want to see, though.
Yeah, it's this is more than just a casual AVG game. This is for bragging rights right here.
Yeah, this isn't a scrim. This isn't a for fun game. This is, hey, we drafted. We beat you. We're clearly the better team.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's going to be a really exciting one here. And both junglers are going to be starting on the opposite sides of each other. Start both on the red, getting leashes from their respective laners.
Yeah, so pretty standard.
So does Kane not do chickens first anymore? Because I don't think I've seen it in a while. Like, is that like just not a thing?
No, he can. I think he's just opting in for the leash on red buff for a little bit faster clear. The one thing that Yogiza does really well is he plays. Well, I mean, he's played Kane and Rengar, but I think he just plays Gore Drinker champions, and he's really efficient with it. And his farming towards mid game, he usually has a level or 2 lead on the opposing jungler. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that again here today. Nunu actually pathing up towards the Krugs. On my opinion, I don't think it's not you don't take Krugs efficiently. I feel like you go red into Raptors and then go to your bot side, but we'll see how the pathing works out between the two.
Yeah, what I think Nunu might be trying to do here is trying to get level 3 on the top side so you can go gank top. Although the wave is getting pushed in a little bit, so it's gonna be difficult for him to do that. But maybe he's looking to he's actually pinging the mid lane. He's gonna go for an early gank on the Vladimir here.
Yep. Pulls and gets away. But
or does he?
He's gonna be rooted.
Or does he? Oh, he does. Pops the ignite, but does manage to get away. Other than that, nothing else was burnt. Booster Boy does have a bit of a health advantage now in the mid lane, though.
Yeah.
But Vladimir, so you can just do whatever. Oh,
Flash is having to flash out.
That was very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
didn't see
other
how
thing
much
to
health.
note, Lamar Jackson did take Ignite, and he did burn that earlier on. I think he dropped it as the Nunu came in for the gank. So you have a TP advantage, but Yo Giza coming in for the gank, and that looks like it's going to be first blood over to Kane.
Yeah,
And he
and it's
is,
a melee
yeah,
champion.
first blood. He has a level advantage. Nunu getting the bot scuttle. Linny is waiting in the bush. She backs off as she knows that Shen is on the rotation.
Had a small little scuffle in the bot lane as well. Nothing came of it though. And
Yeah, top wave actually lost about half a wave for that for rotating. So it's not too big, but I guess we'll see if that plays a little part in the top lane matchup.
yeah, it certainly could. Something I've noticed while watching and playing in games similar of this is that the early game really, really does matter. Like the early CS, the early trades, the rotations, it really does matter a lot more than solo queue in my opinion. Because in solo queue, it's kind of a mess. Like you can kind of come back from like a fluke or something, but on these games, they're so coordinated and everyone's in sync with each other that it's if you mess up a little bit early game, like the other team's gonna take huge advantage of that.
Yep. Yeah, and another thing, the CS is huge. Booster Boy chunking almost, half of Vlad's HP in that little trade.
Nuno is down to about 3 camps right now to Kane,
Yep.
which is what you said. He does love getting those
And
early leads.
Yogiza
And
catches him out, missing another W. But that's huge. He has a lead and he's slowly building his form too. So you really couldn't ask for much more if you're Yogiza. He's showing a little bit more pressure mid. And he is going to walk in and counter jungle. So we have a level 6 Kayn already to a level 4 Nunu.
oh, and they're pinging it, and they're
Yeah.
they're collapsing.
But that's huge because, it pulls Lenny out of top. Shen can just slowly push this. Take some pressure off him.
And there's that level lead. Yet again, 2 levels up for Yogiza right now. Booster Boy very low, but wants to get this wave under this tower. Is it smart though? It is
And
not.
Booster Boy's dead.
Yeah, a little bit of a greedy play there. I mean, I understand it. I probably would have done the same thing, but like it's Vlad with Ignite. It's very, very risky. But
Yeah, and Yogiza's on this Ocean Drake too.
oh yeah, Ocean Drake is up,
And arguably one of the more important ones to take, but Nunu coming in for the gank, it's not going to be enough. He said, that's fine, I will take my back. And they don't know Drake's going down here.
yeah, they have no idea. Someone right out from underneath him, still with
Yep.
the huge farm advantage for Kane as well. Exactly where he wants to be right now.
Yep. They have that. They have the Ocean Drake, which, the lane sustain with that is going to be great. You can't really ask for much more.
Yeah, and second Drake will be up in about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. It's going to be a Cloud Drake, so we might have a spicy soul on our hands. Especially one that Kane wants.
Yep. And Linny going in, getting some damage down. Nunu coming up for the gank, but nothing. And he still is level 5 to Yogiza's level 7.
Yeah, he's gonna have to come back a little bit for just being behind by so much. He's gonna start with this crab, I assume, which yes, he is.
Yep. But one of the things to note is Yogiz is really efficient just with utilizing Gore Drinker. So it doesn't really matter how much you set him behind in the early game. He'll just efficiently out farm you.
Yeah. Absolutely. And something to note here, actually, fight's going on in the top lane right now. A little
Yep.
scuffle. So, Osin, I'll call him JJ. I'll call Shen JJ because he's got two J's in his name. JJ is doing what I think he wants to do right now, which is not die, essentially. Wait for the level 6, which he does have now. Big level 6 spike for him.
Yep. Gank coming in mid. Nunu channeling his ult to get nothing. Yo, Giza on the counter gank. He hits the W. Nunu has to flash out. If he doesn't, I believe he's just dead there. So efficient counter gank by Yogiza. He's gonna get this mid wave for free. Chunking Booster Boy for half.
It's kind of just a free passive
Pantheon's
attack.
coming in
Here
too.
comes Pantheon.
Yep. Panth ult, the Shen ult doesn't matter. We have Yogiza ulting, getting the kill. He should have his form after this too. So this is, regardless of him dying, he could have his form here, which 100% would be worth.
Yeah, and they're shutting down the Caston. Caston now 0-3. He's pretty far behind right now, and Vladimir, although Vladimir is down by about 2.5 waves or so, maybe nearing 3, but he seems to be just in a better spot with that one kill.
Another gank bot.
Yeah, that was a really good ult engage by Linny from the mid lane. That saved them a probable 2v2 loss.
Yeah.
And, they get 2 kills back for that, actually. And they also give one over to Zealot in the bot lane.
JJ stopping Linny's back, keeping her in lane, and taking a pretty nice trade with her. She does still have Ignite up, though. He has to know. I don't think she can really kill her. She can really kill him. Yogiz is looking to come and stop the back. He does have red form, too.
Oh,
Missing everything. And he's just dead.
Very questionable play there, but you're
yeah.
on Zilla in the bot lane.
I think things were a little personal. He took things personally, and that's what happens. He lost his cool. Nunu getting caught out here, though, on the gank. Having to burn the heal. And Samira walking away with the kill.
2 kills for that, actually. It was a 3-2, and they won with 0 deaths. That was pretty crazy. And it started with the hook by little TJ under the tower, which is a really good hook on the Jhin. Not sure if Black Shield was down or what that was, but maybe he just wasn't expecting it to get hit, because I honestly wasn't. It just kind of happened. But yeah, it's things seem to be going in favor of the Lamar Jackson fan club right now. Up of about 1.5k gold. 11 minutes in. Samira is pretty strong. Kane's pretty strong, even though that play on the top side was a little questionable.
Wait, this Nunu didn't build Bombies. So he's going to be farming so inefficiently that, I don't know. I don't think I like this Aegis of Legion buy before the Bombies.
Does Aegis of Legion build into Sunfire, though? Or if that's even the name anymore.
I believe it does. I'm almost 100% positive.
Okay. Well, just the weird thing I'm seeing is that he has 2 ruby crystals. Like, do you need 2 ruby crystals for that? Before you answer, there's a
no, it would. You only needed 1 too. Rune Tato having to burn the flash to get over. Vlad coming in. They have another Drake spawning too. Yogiza's here. Queuing away, landing the W.
Has the Gorge? No, he does not have the Gorge Drinker. Excuse me.
Yeah, the Iron Spike Whip. That's going to be a second Drake over to the Lamar Jackson fan club. And I'm impressed. They're playing really well so far. Lil TJ landing the hook. Pantheon ult coming in. This is huge. The Shen ult coming through. Yogiza goes in. Does not stay through it with the whip. The Samira comes in though. Double kill over to the Samira. Having to burn flash. Caston just gets away. Ghost to Lenny should be caught out here. They're pinging for Booster Boy to rotate though. Booster Boy turns it around. That's not going to be enough. Gran Turismo doesn't get the kill. JJ goes in deep. He kills Pantheon. And Zealot's there with nothing. He just walks away.
Whoa.
We have a 4 for 5 trade. Or
That
4
was
for 4?
nuts.
Yeah.
That was nuts. It was wow, that was nuts. I think overall though, I believe that Lamar Jackson Fan Club kind of comes out on top with that because Samir has 5 kills now. Pantheon, although he does have 4 kills, he was gonna fall off. Not soon, but if the game goes any later, he is gonna fall off a little bit compared to Shen at least. And they get the Drake as well, second Drake, and we are gonna have an Inferno Soul too coming up. First one will be up in just under 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's huge. Everyone that you wanted to get the kill got the kills. The Samira is super fed, and like you said, they got the Drake. That was 100% worth for them.
Yeah, and they still have the Vladimir mid lane for like the late game insurance kind of. But Cassin did get 2 kills off of that that fighter on the Dragon Pit, so kind of accelerating his scaling, and he is up 30 CS, so he does have an item over. Well, not a full item, but like you know what I mean. He actually has an item built rather, since and Vladimir does not have any items built.
Yeah, a little bit of counter jungling actually, denying the blue buff. You hate to see it. Curtain call coming out from Jin. 2 shots hit. 3 of the 4, and that's going to be all she wrote.
Yeah, I don't really think there's any point in fighting right here. There's nothing.
There's nothing to get. You don't have any pushing waves. If anything, you reset and you try to get vision around Herald.
Yeah.
JJ's up top. He's getting free XP. Linny's rotating up the river. But Lamar Jackson was taken pretty low off that.
It should be okay though. I can't imagine he would get dove by Cassin here.
Hey, you never know. It is Booster Boy.
True. Yeah, he seems to play pretty crazily. Pretty risky.
He would know his champion's limitations more than anyone else.
Absolutely.
Thresh getting Samir out of there. The Nunu gank. Nunu really didn't get too much going yet with these ganks earlier in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, and still, even though he ganked a little bit, like you say, he didn't get anything out of it. Down 2 levels still, and 30 farm total, which is about 7.5 camps.
Yeah, and to be honest, his lanes are pretty hard to gank. If you look at bot lane with the Thresh, Vlad, JJ landing the taunt. Yo, Giza going in a little too deep. He's taken for 3/4 of his HP. And you have Cassian on the flank. They're both, you know, less than half HP.
They're pinging it though. This boy wants something.
Nunu's on the rotation up.
Might just see a 3v3 on the Herald here.
Yo, Giza coming in from the wall. He gets out. The Vlad coming through. Lenny blocking a lot of the damage, but that's not going to be enough. Yo, Giza securing the kill. And you have to question if you stand up that close, because you already know Kane's going to come through the wall. Shenalt coming through. Yo, Giza landing the W. Nunu's in trouble, having a flash out. He gets slowed. Lamar Jackson fan goes down to Booster Boy. Yo, Giza securing another kill onto the Nunu.
This is kind of a bloodbath.
Yeah, we have 20 kills at 16 minutes, 17 minutes.
Yeah, and Cassin does get one of those, so he's although he had a pretty rough start, an 0-3 start, he's now 3-4, kind of catching back up to Vladimir. I would arguably ahead of Vladimir by kind of a lot now.
Yeah, and he did build the Luden's Tempest, which I haven't seen. I've hardly seen any Cassin played, so I can't even really comment on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he would build with that because he needs the mana. Yeah. Maybe Leandri's gives mana now, so maybe that one. And they're pinging. Both pings are going down for the dragon here.
Yeah, they know they can't give up a 3rd dragon.
Yeah, it's Soul Point at like 18 minutes. So you don't want to be in that position.
Yeah.
Well,
the TP coming down from JJ. So it looks like we're gonna have a straight 5v5. Lamar Jackson on the flank. Gets caught out though. He's rooted, he's caught up. Yo, Giza providing the peel that Lamar Jackson needed. He might still go down though in the backline. Samira goes in, she secures a kill. Morgana's dead. Caston kills Vlad. and that might be another kill. Booster Boy goes down. Yogi's securing the kill. And JJ's just trying to zone. Has to land the taunt. I don't think Lenny wins this, but it is a 2v3. This is a Shen Red Cane, though.
Red Cane with Gorge right here, which is about to come up.
Yeah. Zealot's going to be dead here. JJ gets the kill onto Nunu.
Oh my goodness. That
Wow.
fight was like a minute long.
Yeah. These fights.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. And I think, like you said near the end of that, Lenny went in, tried to look for a stun, but I think she was just trying to get
Provide some peel possibly
yeah.
for Zealot to get out.
Yeah, exactly. But she actually doesn't use comms. So maybe they just didn't know that.
I think it was that as well as the Nunu coming in too.
Yeah.
They don't have
miscommunication.
Yeah, I mean they have Bramble as healing reduction, but against a fed Kane with Gore Drinker completed already, you're gonna need an Executioners, you're gonna need, Oblivion Orb.
Yeah, let's be real. I've played against Kanes that are fed like this with Gore Drinker.
Yeah.
Grievous Wounds doesn't really do much of anything, if I'm being honest. Like he
if you don't have
goes through all of it.
Yeah, if you don't have any hard lockdown, like Pantheon has a stun, Nunu has a stun and a knocked out, or a stun and a rude. Caston has a silence. I guess it is a lot of CC. They have to chain it together better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that there was a game I think last week in which there was a Kane on the opposing team, and they picked Malzahar into it, and I thought the Malzahar pick, great lantern. Let me just stop right there. That was a really good lantern. But the Malzahar pick ultimately led to them winning the game because they were.
Yeah, I think that was our game.
Oh, is that your game? Yeah. So the Malzahar, like, you know how good the Malzahar is.
Yeah. Yo, Giza, another kill onto the Morgana. And I think it's just at the point the channel from the fog, they don't see it. Huge team fight. Flag killing the Nunu. Lenny going in deep. Lenny getting locked up and killed by Yogiza. The curtain call is not going to do anything. And Yogiza goes down.
And that's a big bounty over to the Jhin.
Yeah, I mean, that is not what you want to see.
Yeah, I believe he's sitting on 2,000 gold right now. That's pretty crazy.
Yep.
But yeah, so this is a pretty wild game. 3,000 gold lead at 21 minutes, 20-13, 3 Drakes to 1. And that was actually the first tower that got taken in the game.
Yeah.
So,
no pressure, no presence on Rift Heralds either.
Yeah, Rift Heralds were just not the play by either of them. But I think that it should have been for on the spot because the Dragon Prio was just like top notch. That's what I'm looking for. Top notch for Lamar Jackson fan club. So they should have gone for something on the other side of the map, but instead they didn't.
Yeah,
but regardless,
I mean, Nunu takes it really quick too, and with the Pantheon top lane, you should have the lane prio. But yeah, I mean, where we're at now, there's roughly a 2.5K gold difference at 22 minutes. But the thing is, they're going to be hitting Soul Point in about 2 minutes. So it should be interesting. Yogiza coming in on the flank through the wall. You can't ward for that, folks.
That damage was nuts. Lamar
Jackson that's a lot of damage.
Lamar Jackson almost got one shot by Pantheon. But yeah, it's so on the spot is in a pretty tough spot right now.
Yeah, to say the least. Yogiza flashing for the Q. I don't know if it was necessary, but I like the dominance.
Just it's the mental game at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mental game.
Here's my summoner spell. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, on the spot is in a difficult position right now. They do have Cassidon, who is starting to scale up a little nicely here. I believe he's working on. He actually has 2 components. I don't know what he's going for, but He's starting to scale well. I've seen him play Kassadin. I know that he can hard carry on Kassadin, and they also have Jin late game insurance as well over Samira because Samira will fall off compared to Jin.
Yeah.
At least I think.
Little TJ getting caught out, rooted up. Nunu with the flash, the root, the ulti, the re-engage coming through. Samira gets out of there. She burns flash. Lamar Jackson, hey, I bear you safe passage. That ult from Shen coming through.
Does have flash? Could go for the flash taunt.
Yep.
Oh,
Misses the flash taunt. Samira going in. Her ult's back up again. I'm just as confused as you are.
And there's so much going on.
Yeah. But conveniently enough for the Lamar Jackson fan club, they have the soul. The soul point Drake is spawning. They're gonna secure the soul.
Yeah, what on the spot was just trying to do, I think, was get a pick before the dragon came up, which they did, but they chased too hard, I think.
Yep.
They just chased a little too hard. They could have taken it slow. They probably could have won the 4v5 right there, but instead they went in a little too deep and they paid the price.
Yeah.
And now the Lamar Jackson fan club has the Infernal Soul, and you don't want that on a Vlad. You don't want that on a Vlad.
A Vlad, a Kayn, a Samira.
Oh no. A Shen, a tank.
Hell, even Thresh.
You know what? You just don't want them to
He'll
have it.
slap you for half your health bar. Watch.
Absolutely. But the thing of the game right here is probably going to be the Elder Drake. That spawns in just under 5 minutes and 30 seconds, because this game is going to probably go late unless one team fight literally wins the game in the next couple minutes, because there's been one tower taken, and on both sides, and so I think the Elder is going to be the play. Obviously, Lamar Jackson fan club has a little bit better buff if they get that, but it's Caston with Elder. You'll take that over not Elder any day.
To be honest, I feel like if Lamar Jackson fan club don't tighten up their macro, Yogiza's not inted, but he's died a few times under turret that they're not really. Those aren't necessary deaths, but if they don't tighten up their macro, even though they're 4,000 gold ahead, Booster Boy is experienced on Kassadin, and I mean, all things considered, he's probably just chilled. He's like, it's fine. Baron's still up. What they probably should do is try to look for something to force Baron and continue their lead.
Yeah, that's exactly what Lamar Jackson fan club should do right now. They do not want to give Kassadin or Jin any more time to scale. They want to get the Baron, and they might be able to end with the Baron because they have such incredible siege with Shen and Vlad and Kayn. But yeah, that's what they should be looking for right now. I think that On the Spot knows that, which is why most members are on the top side of the map, trying to get this tower to open up top side a little bit more. But here comes the engage for Medusa.
The Shen ult coming through as well. They're back pinging it. They said, we don't want it. Runeato's on the rotation. Zealot's still in mid lane. But again, all things considered, it's not bad. It's a matter of Lamar Jackson trying to make something happen. Because again, if Casting goes late, I feel like he has the experience and the comfort on it to just 1v9.
Yeah, and this isn't to say that Vladimir doesn't scale either, because Vladimir does scale. It just comes down to experience. And I honestly think that Caston scales better than Vladimir. Especially with you just by Grievous Wounds, and he does a lot less. But it's certainly not to say that Vladimir doesn't scale or anything.
And we got some action coming in here. Nice hook landing, getting the play onto the Ghost of Linny. Booster Boy having to get out of there. They drop the ignite. Lamar Jackson kills Runeato. JJ on Pantheon. You have a 2-for-1 trade. Or no, a 2-for-0 trade, actually.
2 for none. And this should be Baron.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Nice setup by TJ. Hit the hook and a beautiful flare.
Yeah, his thresh is pretty clean, not gonna lie. His lanterns have been really good. That hook and that double flay to get a casting as well and force him to back was really good. And here's the Baron play that I was just talking about. They're going for it. And I think that On the Spot's kind of just giving it up.
Yeah. Giza does have a 3-level lead over Flow. There's no smite, but that is no issue. and they secure the Baron.
And that's a 6,500 gold lead for Lamar Jackson fan club right now. Looking like a real powerhouse team, using that momentum that they got from last week's win into this game. They're looking pretty solid right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we wanted to see out of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Just keep the momentum going.
For sure.
Some pings coming down. Yogiza looks like he might be trying to rotate down on the Kassadin. JJ starts to step up, so they think something's up. Runtato misses that, but he might just be dead here. Gets caught out. That's a pretty fag Kane. Presses R as she flashes away. Runtato goes down.
Here comes Shen.
Yeah, the Shen all coming through. Missing another flash taunt, but I'll think it is a Kassadin, so he just presses R away.
Yeah, this Kane can kind of do whatever he wants. I mean, he's Kane. He's got Gore Drinker. What else do you need? He can do whatever he wants right now. Wants a 1v3 in the enemy jungle? Go for it. He'll live.
Yep, he's the highest level player in the game right now.
As a jungler, that's pretty crazy. And,
hitting another hook onto the Ghost of Linny. They decide to go in on that. Linny might be dead here. Flo getting away. Oh, he's dead too. And now they are slowly sieging.
Hey, using that Baron to get an inhib? I mean, Elder's up in 30 seconds, but do they even want to risk that?
Yeah, I mean,
Nunu can steal that pretty easily.
Yeah.
8,000 gold lead, just hitting the 30-minute mark, 28-14. And if Kassadin doesn't start to pop off soon, then I think there's not much that On The Spot can really do.
Yeah, they don't have much of a win con, you know? If your win con can't turn online, then you're just kind of dead in the water.
Yeah, and it looks like they are going to gamble for the Elder Drake, but they take it so fast they don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, Nunu is just coming out of base, and if anyone does step up, they just kill him. Almost a 10k gold lead here at 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that's honestly I think that they kind of just win the game here. They don't really have any wave clear OTS, and even if they do, it's Baron empowered minions, so it's going to be even harder.
Yeah.
So they can just siege however they want, and if they dive, they kind of just beat them anyway because they have Elder with so much dive potential with Kane, Shen. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, you have a fed Kane with Gore Drinker. He has Death Stance, and he even has Spirit Visage. So he's gonna be so hard to kill. And the only two people that have healing reduction are Nunu, which is Bramble, so he has to attack you, and Morgana. Some action in the top jungle though.
Is Bramble now all attack damage, or is it just basic attacks? Because if it's just basic attacks, then I don't think Kane will really ever have Grievous Wounds on him. Well, actually, okay, I take that back because we're reminders on Jin. Here comes the fight.
The exhaust coming out on JJ, and they're just gonna have to give up this this turret. Another turret over to the Lamar Jackson fan club.
6 turrets to 1, just under 10,000 gold, 28-14. Elder Dragon for Lamar Jackson fan club. I think that if they just play this right, play it slow and not get too greedy, even though if they get greedy, I'm sure they can just win the fight anyway because they have Elder. But like if they take it slow, don't rush into it, don't give over any shutdowns to Kassadin, then I think that they can totally secure this win within a couple minutes from now.
Yeah, I mean, everyone across the board is just a higher level. So literally you're just slowly, you know, getting choked out. You're drowning. You have a 2-level lead up in the top lane, 4 levels in the jungle. Mid is even. I do say that. Mid is even. But bot and support, Lamar Jackson, both ahead.
Yeah, Baron has expired, but the Elder Dragon is still there. Thresh lands one of these seriously dangerous hooks. I think that kind of just is ripped for whoever it lands on.
Yeah, and like I said, I've been really impressed with the Thresh hooks. Yogiza going in with the QW, missing the W.
He knows he can do whatever he wants. He knows he can do it. Limit testing at this point.
He didn't plan on hitting that W to begin with. Again, it was like the flash. Lil TJ hitting the hook, getting root, Vlad going in, Nunu channeling the ult. That's a lot of damage. Double kill over to Samira. triple kill to Samira and a nice stopwatch by Lamar Jackson fan. And I'm pretty that should be game.
Should be, yeah. Unless Booster Boy and Zealot can do something crazy here. 2v4, 2v5 rather.
Yeah, that's a 2v5. They can just zone him off, and Lil TJ with another hook. Booster Boy securing the kill onto.
Gets 2 kills, but
Yeah,
no
2
screen
kills.
throw.
My game. I
Yeah,
wonder
okay,
if the game just ended.
I think it must have. Yeah, that's got to be a bug. That's got to be a bug because they're 3 minutes ahead of us, so it probably did end. Okay. Riot.
Dominant performance today from Lamar Jackson fan club.
Yeah, seriously, that was pretty insane because I was giving a lot of credit to the roster of on the spot for this. Like, okay, they have Booster Boy, Linny, they have Zealot. Like, even though they have a sub, Brunetato's on the top 5 for supports. Like, they have a really solid team, but Lamar Jackson fan club just kind of just gave it to him, really.
Yeah. And I guess it was kind of what we expected, We didn't see that much out of Booster Boy in the first 10, 15 minutes of the game. Yes, he ended the game with the most damage done, but I don't think that's what you needed. You needed some early insurance to kind of get it through and just, help the other lanes, I guess. The Nunu, like I said, was kind of lackluster.
Yes, I believe we're ready, Mr. Enemy. Mr. Owner.
Yes, we are ready.
Lamar Jackson fan, are you here?
Yep.
Well, what an exciting performance. You guys are now 2-2. Two win-win streak, I guess. Give us your thoughts on the game.
Well, enemy team did a great job of shutting me down early. I can honestly say that I didn't perform as well as I'd like to. I mean, take a look at my CS; it's only 170 at 33 minutes. They did a great job of shutting down my farming early. But in the end, I mean, I guess their strategy shut me down. That's if they shut me down, they have a better chance of winning. But I guess it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
For sure.
So through the draft, did you kind of anticipate some of their picks coming through? Did you do any scouting or anything that you saw that, I know he's played Nunu a few games now. There was no surprise, probably when it came across, but anything that you want to touch base on in terms of your comp versus theirs?
So I was actually really happy with how our draft went because we scouted them a few days prior to the start of the game, and we did notice that top and mid happened to both be Kale and Camille players. So I mean, when you draft, the best way to draft is to kill multiple birds with one stone. If you can make one pick that has a lot of impact, it's good. So I mean, they both had 60% win rates, most played on last season. So we got rid of the Camille and Kale, and the mid is very good at Rumble, so we just couldn't let that through. So I was pretty happy with our draft.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's good. I guess walk me through the game. You guys were never really in kind of a bad position overall. You guys obviously stacking all the Drakes. Did you guys not prioritize any of the Rift Heralds? Obviously it would have made the game a little bit quicker, but all the action towards bot lane, was there, like I said, any calls for Rift?
We wanted to, but like you said, there was a lot of action bot lane. So I mean, when that's happening, we don't really have the opportunity necessarily to go take Herald. There are more important things to do. It definitely would have been helpful. I really wanted to get out of lane early because I really wanted to just head to a side lane and start farming because they put me behind really. They put me really far behind early. But,
yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, Aiden, did you have any questions or anything?
I had so much time to prepare for this, but I didn't. It's about your team that you're playing, the team that you're playing against next week, which is Frank and Beans. How do you guys think that you'll stack up against them?
Can't say for now. I mean, I don't really know their team. Man, this is my first time captaining the team. I haven't really done any research on them, but we definitely will. scout them as we always do in the following days. But our team's feeling pretty good right now. We started 0-2. Morale was down a little bit, but we bounced back and got a .500 record, and I think we are a serious playoff threat.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have to agree.
Okay, so with this game wrapping up, who do you feel like was MVP?
It's probably gonna have to be our ADC Samira. Most gold, kills, damage. She played perfectly. Did everything she needed to do. Yogiza also probably the best jungler in this league right now. He really helped me. I mean, I was begging him like, "Yo, come mid, please help me get out of this lane. Like I'm so far behind," and he was right there, and he still managed to get all the objectives. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say it's a tie between bot and jungle right now. I didn't I didn't do that well. They put me behind, but Shen also didn't die once. 3-0-20 did great too.
Yeah, especially against the Pantheon with Ignite. There were so many good plays here because, like you said, Pantheon never died. Lil TJ with his hooks and the Flay engage was, I mean, it was good. You know, there's good Thresh players and then there's like Thresh players. So to see him execute it well and kind of negate a lot of the Nunu ganks was super big.
Yep.
But again, it was a great performance for you guys. I don't know if there's anything additional you want to touch on, Aiden. That's going to be it for me. I don't know if you have any closing thoughts or anything that you want to say, Lamar.
No, I don't really have much to say, but I mean, like, again, really proud of my team again.
Yeah, and with that, I think we'll. Oh, okay, he's gone.
He's gone.
All right.
Hello,
Mr. Booster Boy. Are you here?
Hello.
I am here.
All right. Well, walk us through the game. Just give us your overall thoughts of the game, as you're filling in for your captain.
Yeah. So I feel like it was like not a bad game. I mean, it was closer than it should have been. I feel like I think we should have run away with our lead that we had early, and then once they got a big lead out of the jungle, they should have run away with that. So we both made a lot of mistakes, but honestly, like they just overpowered us. They had a way better team comp for team fighting, and we were forced into team fighting all the time. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Is there anything you would have maybe tried to draft differently?
I wouldn't have drafted the Nunu, and I would have banned the Kayn. But I mean, our jungler plays like all tanks all the time. We basically made a full pick comp with our team, which would have worked if they didn't have an entire team fight comp, which is a direct counter. Also, it would like them getting their raid boss fed with red Kayn makes it really unplayable for our comp. So it just I think we had to ban the Kayn. Like that was the main issue in the game.
Yeah, that makes sense. Aiden, is there anything you want to touch base on?
Just talking about your team, the team that you're playing against next week, which is Mailbox's Angels. I'm not sure if you guys have really looked into them too much, but how do you guys think you're gonna face? How do you guys think you're gonna do against them? That's what I'm trying to say.
I think our team is like insanely good mechanically, and I think we just don't have enough chemistry because we haven't played together pretty much at all. We've practiced like once. So I think if we get more chemistry together and like work on our shot calling and macro, I think we'd be able to take down almost any team in the league. I think Mailbox's Angels is no different. They have a better jungler, but like just by rank, but I think our other lanes are really, really strong individually, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that you guys do have a lot of talent on your roster, and I'm sure if you guys get that chemistry down, like you're saying, that you guys will definitely be a playoff contending team for sure. But yeah. So disappointing loss here tonight. Hopefully you guys can bounce back next week. You guys are 2-2 now, so not a terrible record. But yeah, thank you for joining us. If you have August, if you have anything else to say.
No, I mean that was everything. It was a fun game to watch. Like you said, you guys kind of got away from your win con where once it started to snowball, it just
Yeah.
went really fast. Like we saw 1,000 goal difference, I think, at like 16 minutes or 17 minutes, and then 5 minutes later, there's a 6,000 goal difference.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, it didn't take much to hit the stride, but once it did, it just kind of blew open. But again, the performance that you put on the one thing I was gonna ask. So like in your 2 games that you've won, you've played Pantheon and Rumble.
Yeah.
Pretty strong in the early game. Would you
Yeah, yeah.
want someone stronger than Cassidon? Like re-looking at the comp, because I feel like your wins were kind of pivoted on your early game performance too.
On snowballing early game, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the only issue that like this team has, I'm used to playing with my team from the other league that I played in, where that team was able to self-sustain. We had an ADC who played super safe all game. He played scaling champs. We had a jungler who played safe, and we had a top laner who played tanks. So we would just self-sustain until I could get 2 or 3 items on like Victor, Vlad, or Cassidon, and I could carry.
Okay.
But I think I need to adapt to, like you said, to this, and I might just play more early game champions, because I can play like a lot of champs, like maybe 12 mid, give or take, at the same level.
Okay.
But I just, scaling champs, scale and carry has always been my play style, but I think I gotta switch it up. You're right.
Yeah, no, that was, like I said, that was the one question that I had. Just looking
Yeah.
back at your guys' prior performances, but that's it for me. I don't know if there's anything you want to end on, any shout outs or anything you want to comment on, but
No, I'm good. Yeah. It's a
cool.
good game.
Well,
It was a fun game to play regardless of the loss. Like, I think we enjoyed it.
yeah, we saw some early BM coming out throughout
Yeah.
the whole game, so it was pretty refreshing.
Yeah, it was just it felt like just a like casual game with friends more than anything. It was nice. I
Yeah,
liked it.
but that is it for me. Again, great
All
game
right.
to watch, and good luck on the future games.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, a very fun game that we had to experience right there.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, if you enjoyed the gameplay, if you're new here, follow. We're going to be back with another game in roughly an hour. We have the Natural Big Boys Club taking on. Who are we taking on? Why don't I know their name? Luck of the Draw. So, that is our game in an hour. And then we have another game after that, which is. I'm looking for you, Aiden. Where's this? What's this?
It's yeah.
Yeah, Frank and Beans versus Rubber Ducky. So we have 2 more games coming up, and that's it. I appreciate you guys. Games were awesome.
And yeah, tune back in an hour because that'll be a fun one. Both teams 3-0. Someone will
Yeah.
lose their undefeated streak tonight. But yeah, come back in an hour. We will see you.